What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of our Oakland Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 23, where we will be playing opening day today. And one aspect of the game that I didn't really mention much in episode 1 was kind of the pacing that I plan to play with in this series, as well as how we're going to play the games. I didn't mention those because I don't really know what I want to do. I think for this episode, we will get through the 20th, as we don't have any division opponents other than the Angels, who we were playing in this episode. I think for season 1 in general, we will be going a little bit faster than maybe an average season, just because the team is really bad and I haven't really gotten a chance to do anything with it myself. And I just feel like a franchise gets a lot more fun once you get the opportunity to do that. And also for this game, we will be doing CPU versus CPU, just watching the game. I think for episode 3, I'll try to actually hop in and play the game and just see which one I like better. But let's hop into opening day against the Los Angeles Angels. In front of our hometown fans for the opening day showdown with Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and the Los Angeles Angels. And like I said, this will be a CPU versus CPU game. And another thing that will be different with this episode, other than what I will typically do, is this is commentary after the fact. I typically have a face cam and live commentary. I plan to do that in this series as well. Just when I recorded this episode, I didn't have really the capacity to do that. So we get some post-action commentary here. And we will watch the entire at-bat for the first at-bat of this series. Want to see what Paul Blackburn brings to the table. Starts us off with a strike. Here on the second pitch, a swing and a miss from David Fletcher, and we are ahead of the count early here. Paul Blackburn kicks back and gets a soft grounder over to Kemps. He whips it over to Seth Brown, and we get a ground out to start the season. Mike Trout up later in the inning. 3-1. He smokes it into the left side of the outfield, and he will get a base knock. Shohei Ohtani up next. Falling behind in the count, 3-2-1. Of course, the two superstars on the Angels are the guys that you have to watch out for. Not a ton of depth on the team, but they are quite top-heavy. This time around, though, we were able to get the third out. And look at the depth of the foul territory on this field. I had no idea it was this way. Just found out it's basically a football stadium that they repurposed into a baseball stadium, or something to that matter, and that probably explains it. But our first batter is Jace Peterson. Much in the similar way that we started pitching, we will start with a ground out. Tony Kemp here, the two slots for us in this game. Behind 1-2, he gets some solid contact, but goes right to the left fielder there. 2 outs early, and then Jesus Aguilar. Full count for him. Would love to avoid going out 3 up, 3 down, but we'll do just that. Strike out looking for him. And that's some soft contact there by Taylor Ward. And that's a nice throw. Get to see the big arm of Shane Langoliers. Definitely his strength right now, and gets to show it off there. 0-2, getting a strikeout to end the second. Paul Blackburn, very good start to this game. And Aledmus Diaz starts his season out, drawing a walk from Shohei Ohtani. Gets on base for the first time in the season, bringing up Brent Rooker, one of the lowest overall players on our team, but does have some solid power versus righties. Won't get to show it here as he draws a walk. Sorry, this is Brent Rooker. I don't even know who that was previous. I'm all messed up. Brent Rooker gets solid contact, gets a double, and will bring in a run. The first hit of the year is for extra bases, and it's an RBI. Solid start to the game for Brent Rooker. Ramon Laureano is next up to bat. He grounds it, flips it over to the first. He will be out, but he drives it a second run for us here in the second inning. Getting a lot of guys on base here in this inning. 2 outs. Langenleer's up to bat. Flies out to left field, and that is an easy play. That ends the second. Here now, top of the third. Just outside the zone here for Paul Blackburn to bring it to a full count. He kicks, fires, and will allow a base hit to the leadoff man here in the third inning. Strassi up to hit next, and we get a nice double play by Seth Brown. Gets the catch, gets the tag, 2 outs, just like that. And the order of the Angels will flip over here. 2 outs here in the third. Been able to control the pitch count for Blackburn pretty well. He's had a strong start and starts off with a strike on this one. Second pitch coming up, kicks back, fires, and we get a swing that will result in a base hit for David Fletcher. 0-2 count here. This will fly out into right field, but that's an easy play for Capel. Chase Peterson, as the order flips here in the bottom of the third, strikes out. Can't get a man on base to lead off the third. Got ahead 3-0 for Tony Kemp, but a nice strike at the corner of the zone for Ohtani. The 3-1 pitch is called for a strike well below the zone from what I saw. Tony Kemp couldn't believe it himself. Should be on first base. Later in the at-bat, strikes out after a couple of foul balls. And Blue just gifted the Angels with an out on that one. Jesus Aguilar, though, next up to bat. Able to get it deep into right center field. And even his slow ass with 4 speed is able to get a stand-up double on a hit like that. That's how you know it's good. See that one again. That's just a ton of hang time. It's got to have a ton of hang time if you're Jesus Aguilar, one of the slowest players in the game. Seth Brown up next. Hits it deep into left center, but it is caught by Ward. Now end the third. Full house here in Oakland for opening day. You love to see it. Mike Trout up to bat in the fourth. Grounded over to third. Peterson able to make the throw over to Seth Brown. We retire Mike Trout this time around. Ohtani 0 for 1. Looks at a ball there to get ahead in the count. 3-1. Really love to avoid walking Shohei Ohtani here, as he does have some speed to be dangerous on the base paths. We get deep into foul territory. This is a play that you can only make here in Oakland. You know, an interesting shape of a field, but it's worked out for us a couple of times in this game. Hunter Renfroe up next to bat. We get a strikeout swinging to end the fourth. Paul Blackburn continues to impress here on opening day. beautiful strikeout pitch. And Renfro's a really solid player, so no small feat to get a strikeout on that one. And in the fourth, Capel gets beamed by Shohei Ohtani. Obviously not too happy about that. Brent Rooker's up again, and again he gets a really solid sounding hit. Able to get some good contact, and another double for Brent Rooker. Very strong start here for the first half of this one. We got 2 runners in scoring position for Ramon Laureano. Very similar to what he had in the first at-bat. This time he can't even get any contact. Strikes out, and that's a nice play by the third baseman there. And the fifth, we strand 2 runners in scoring position. Obviously not something you want to get in the habit of doing. Blackburn out for the 5th. We get contact, and feels like we're allowing a lot of singles to lead off runners. But after that, Blackburn has been really solid. And for the 3rd time in this game, we see somebody being able to make the play in deep foul territory. That has come to, I'm sure it's going to bite us at some point in this series, but so far it's been a big time help. Blackburn able to keep his pitch count really low. He's still not even got to 60 pitches here in the 5th. And we get to turn a beautiful double play here to end off the 5th. Defensively, we're looking really nice. Offensively, not too shabby either, but Jace Peterson strikes out for the 2nd time in the game. Shohei Ohtani has had his number in this opening day matchup. Jesus Aguilar, can he get the bloop? He can't quite get it. Mike Trout, he's an athletic man, able to run up underneath it. Quick 3 up, 3 down in the 5th for us. Blackburn remains in the game in the 6th. Pretty easy play for Diaz to get the first out here, and the strong defensive effort continues here, but we will allow a base hit to David Fletcher, who's shown some really good contact hitting in this matchup. Nice throw at the top of the zone to Gio Urshela to start this at bat. And the second pitch, Gio Urshela still has not had his first hit of the season. Won't get it here. Fouling this one. A little bit dangerous over there to the fellas sitting. There's not very much protection to players over there. And solid contact. Able to get it down. Rooker throws it in. Runner holds at second. Really love to be able to get a double play here, but, you know, pitching to Mike Trout, we might be pitching around him a little bit. 3-0 count. The thing about pitching around Mike Trout is you got Shohei Ohtani coming up next. Does get a strike there. So maybe deciding to get a little bit more competitive with his hits late in this count. The 3-1 pitch, right down the middle. Mike Trout can't take advantage of it though. Full count. Payoff pitch is out and fouled off once again. Mike Trout is not an easy out. One of the best hitters there is. Down on the little ticker underneath, he was actually projected to lead the league in OPS this year. That comes to no surprise. He's been a tough out. Finally, the pitch count getting up a little bit here in the 6th for Blackburn. And after all of that hard work, we end up walking Mike Trout anyway. Shohei Ohtani. Gonna watch the entire at-bat for this one, as it is a big turning point possibility in the game with bases loaded. Angels have not scored in this game. Really need to turn a double play here for Paul Blackburn to get out of this jam. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Shohei Ohtani. Beautiful location there on the sinker. What can Blackburn come up with on this 2-1 play? Another swing and a miss to 2-2 the count now. Either a strikeout or a double play ball would be huge for Blackburn. Instead, outside, not a particularly competitive curveball there. Full count. What do we come up with? We will walk Ohtani, and in walks the first run for the Angels. Not the prettiest inning for, honestly, what through the first 5 innings was a beautiful performance by Blackburn. Gets called for a ball there, not getting any help from the umpire here through this struggling inning. Pitch count now up over 80. I know he's doesn't have like the best stamina in the game, so you have to worry about fatigue. I'm not controlling the team. I don't control when somebody comes in or out of the game. Hunter Renfroe, 1-1 count. Swings through the curveball there. We get ahead. Double play ball is exactly what this team needs right now. Can we get it? Instead, we'll get a foul here, but still ahead 1-2. Blackburn kicks. Fires low. Pitch count continues to climb here. This could be now the last inning for Blackburn. Gets another foul ball off. The middle of this Angels order is not going down quietly for us. Not going to make this inning any easier. We do get a ground ball. Kemp gets it for the double play. We got a 4-6-3 double play to get us out of a jam, allowing only 1 run on what looked like could have been a disastrous inning for the Athletics. Like the poise by Blackburn to stay in there, fight through the adversity. Kemp to Diaz to Brown. Seth Brown now up at the plate, able to hit deep into the left field. Nobody was there. And we get a lead-off double here in the bottom of the 6th. Pumped up for that one, as he should be. Diaz now up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. He will get struck out here this time around. Connor Capel up 2 hits. He has yet to get his first knock in for the second time this game. We get a screecher out to the third baseman who's able to just make the play. Rooker back up. Had a very strong start. 2 for 2 as Ohtani's pitch count is up over 100. And he's able to scream one through the midfield and drive in another run. Brent Rooker has been outstanding here on opening day. I talked trash a little bit on our outfield in our introductory episode, just saying that we don't really have MLB caliber players, but Rooker has had a really good day. He does have, some solid hitting ratings for righties, and that'll lead to a change here at pitcher Jaime Barria coming into pitch for Los Angeles. In the middle of this 6th inning, 2 outs to go. Ramon Laureano looks at that 3-0 pitch high in the zone. Don't hate the take there. And wow, that was a bit of a squeeze there. The entire ball was inside the strike zone there for Barria. But I don't mind it, as that call was favorable to us. 1 batter later, though, as we get a quick ground ball over to first. That'll end the 6th inning, but Rooker 3 for 3 here on opening day. Been incredible. Domingo Acevedo enters the game for Oakland. Very nice pitch to the bottom of the zone there. Just going to watch the entire at-bat for his first pitches. Just want to get a good idea of where these pitchers are at. This one can't quite get there in time. Rule it a base hit, as it was a difficult ball for Kemp to go up and get. And into left field, Rooker makes a nice play, quickly throws into Diaz. And one runner on base, one down, and we get the second. Acevedo able to get the strikeout on a pitch that just clips the outside of the zone there. 1-2 after the foul ball. Max Strassi not able to get his first hit of the year yet. And we get a runner, and that's where we get to see the strength of Langeliers. He has a cannon of an arm, able to show it off there and end the seventh. Jaime Barria remains in the game for Jace Peterson, who has struck out twice in this game. Looking for a better result this time as he gets a full count and strikes out again. Not the ideal opening day for our first baseman. Jesus Aguilar, 1 for 3 on the day with a double, strikes out here. Barria with a strong inning. As we go down quietly in the seventh, right over the middle here, Zach Jackson enters the game, but no swing there. It was a 3-0 count. Here's the 3-1. It gets into the field. Rooker not able to get over and make the play. A single there for the Angels in the eighth, but we're able to turn it into a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the eighth inning. Some pretty impressive pitching and defense here in opening day through 8 innings. Seth Brown able to get a leadoff walk to start the eighth. Up next is Diaz, highest rated player on our team. Routine play, but it's a wild pitch. That wasn't even close. What are you doing, my guy? We'll bring a guy home, and Seth Brown will score on the wild, I guess, error, not really wild pitch. To be fair to, Jaime Barrias, that is a hard angle for a lefty to come and make that play without hitting the runner. But that was just not close. We thank you, friend, for the run. Still on the bottom of the eighth. 3-0 here. Walked again on a questionable pitch. This umpire has not been very friendly to the pitchers for the most part in this game, other than really one memorable Shohei Ohtani pitch. But, sometimes superstars get calls in this league. That's what happens in every sport. Taylor May here to close us out. Save opportunity for him. Mike Trout, though, is quite the formidable foe. We do get an early 0-2 lead on this, though. Comes up with a not very competitive slider on the third pitch. Being able to get Mike Trout out to start this inning would be a big step, towards securing the opening day victory here at home. Just inside there on the 1-2 pitch. Count now even. May kicks, fires, gets a swing and a miss from Trout, and that is a big time pitch from Taylor May right down the middle for Ohtani, but he smokes it right to Seth Brown, able to step on the bag and get the second out. The two superstars were the two first batters here to start the ninth. We were able to retire them both, but Hunter Renfroe does get on base with a walk shortly thereafter. Taylor Ward now, full count, walking the second straight batter. Now things are starting to get dangerous. Don't want to walk a third straight and allow the tying run to get on the plate. That is exactly what Taylor May does. 3 straight walks, bases loaded. And we're talking about a home run, grand slam could win this game. We are going to watch the entirety of this at-bat. Start with another ball. Taylor May struggling with some control here. The reason I chose him over Zach Jackson is our That was what? Unfortunately, that's been happening all night, so we can't complain too much about it, but no help in this at-bat. But the reason to finish my thought, we chose Trevor May over Zach Jackson, was he had a much higher walks per 9. Hasn't come to help us here, but we are able to get the last out, and the Athletics win in probably, I guess the Angels aren't the best team in the league, but they aren't the worst because we are. But regardless, able to come away with a victory on opening day. Nicest shot in front of the fully packed house of Oakland Athletic fans. I mean, you know, the Angels aren't too far away in Los Angeles, so you got to imagine a decent bit of Angels fans there as well. But very satisfied, really, both offensively and defensively, particularly with what Rooker showed us in this game. He was quite impressive. 3 for 3, drew some walks as well. Perfect day for him. Taylor May able to get the strikeout on Mike Trout, of course, is big time as well. I'm not going to show everything we do in scouting, but scouting is going to be a big part of this franchise. So here will be our scouts spending, you know, as close to max as we can get at this point. Get a couple of 100K scouts. I don't know if I'm going to go into too many games like this, but for the second game, I decided to just kind of hop in and do the quick manage. We lose game 2, 7-3, and all 3 of our runs were on solo shots, so not able to get on base in, you know, nearly as often as you would like when you only got three solo shots. Just want to give a preview of the top of this draft. You don't like it when the first player is a closer. That probably means no, you know, generational level talent, which you would love for this team to be able to draft that. We do pick 6th in this draft. You know, still a couple of pitchers, a third baseman, a shortstop here in the top 10. In terms of our picks in the draft, we have 6, 38, 40, and 77, and then 107. So 4 picks and kind of really the top 100. You know, 107 is just outside of that in this draft. Really want to nail, if we can get at least 3 out of 4 of those nailed, and then maybe, you know, 1 of 5 or 6. I'd love to get 3 or 4 guys that can really be impacts. I'm not going to really show what we're doing scouting every week, but we will start with discovery. Typically, I like to do 2 to 3 weeks of discovery, and then before we kind of hone in on scouting players. That's maybe not the best method, but that's the method that I've employed thus far. We got a 15-12 win. I don't know, just because baseball has so many games, if I'm going to be able to go in and check, you know, box scores of every time we win. I mean, this season it might not be a lot of games, but, you know, over the course of a baseball season, if you do that for every game, you're just going to be spending a lot of time checking box scores. But Peterson, 3 RBIs on the day with a home run. Diaz had 2 himself with 5 RBIs. Miller pitched the game. Wasn't great pitching game, obviously. We allowed 12 runs, but scoring 15 ourselves, you're going to take it. The other win was a 3-1 win over the Cleveland Guardians. Brown able to get a couple of RBIs, as well as Laureano also got himself a double. Very well pitched game, though. 1.28 ERA for Dalton. Jeffries also picks up the win. 7 innings pitched. You love to see that level of production. Losing a couple games here to the Rays, and then winning 2 in a row against the Rays and the Orioles. 7-5 dub. The pitching hasn't been great. That's honestly what we expected. The hitting maybe has been a pleasant surprise early on in the season, as Pena picks up a home run with 4 RBIs, Laureano with an RBI, Diaz with 2 more as well. 6.1 innings pitched and a win for Waldichuk. And then this other win. Again, I'm doing this commentary post, you know, recording the footage. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, or at least I don't know if I want to. I'll be able to. I don't know if I want to, show the box score every time we win. Just kind of maybe slows the pace of simulation, especially because for some reason that I truly cannot comprehend, we are winning a lot early. I thought, I'll do it because we're not going to have a lot of wins, so I'll highlight the rare ones. No, we have a winning record. We're 7-6. What's going on? I chose the worst team, man. I want to have the first pick in the draft next year. I know the baseball season is very long, and you could still easily have the first pick in the draft even after 7-6 start. But I'd like the losing to start. Caprellian with a full, complete game and the win. Very impressive, allowing just one run. Lose our first game to the Mets. They are quite a good team, but then we beat them 11-1. Really big wins against good teams like this. I'll probably, that's when I'll check box scores like that, or maybe against division rivals, or maybe series deciding games, something like that. But every win, I think, is just a little bit too much going forward. One last thing for scouting that I wanted to preview. Again, I'm not going to show everything we do in scouting, but it is quite important in this game to set your positional needs. I went with starting pitcher and center fielder because I think we need those positions very much. And then I went with first baseman because I think we need a hitting prospect, and I feel like you most often get hitting prospects with first baseman. So that's why I picked the three needs. And the reason with the new scouting in this game that it's important to pick needs is because those positions will get increased interest when you scout them. And interest is very important in this game in terms of signing your draft picks. Much more likely to sign them if the interest is higher, of course. But we're going to end this first episode with a winning record at 10-9. A little bit annoying. I mean, you love to see your team win, but when there's not really a lot of long-term players on the team and you're supposed to suck and is potentially hurting draft picks later. Again, the season is really long. Not my favorite thing to start the series 10-9. Next episode, we will actually go in and play the game. We will be playing against the Rangers, either the first game or against DeGrom. I don't know. Next episode will be coming out soon, and I will see you then.